That brother was starving. Look how he's looking at her. Let's go! 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I cannot tell you how happy I am, bro. Like, this is a dream come true. You guys have no idea. Please make sure you smash the subscribe button, guys. I'm gonna keep coming with all the content I can. I really appreciate it. Let's go. I feel like an Olympian. I feel like I just got the gold medal or something. But with that being said, what's going on, guys? It's your boy J2A TV, and I'm back with another banger, another post 1K banger for y'all. Welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited for y'all because I think I got like a really creative but a little bit longer video than what I'm used to doing. Y'all know how much of an Avatar fan I am, so we're gonna keep rocking with the Avatar stuff. Today, what we're getting into is something a little different that I haven't really seen anybody else do. Ranking the Rizz of the major male characters in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, something important that I think we should do before we get into this video is, for those of us that maybe aren't Gen Z or 13 and under kids, what even is Rizz? Some of y'all are probably like, what is Rizz? What does that mean? Rizz is defined as an internet slang term that can be used as a noun or a verb to describe someone's style, charm, or attractiveness, or their ability to attract a romantic / sexual partner. For example, you might say, Tony just tried to rizz up Lena. As a verb, rizz often appears in the phrase rizz up, which means to attract, seduce, or chat up a person. Now, I was a little bit surprised when I was going through collecting all the footage and kind of rewatching the series to make this video. I was actually really shocked and surprised just how much Rizz, quote unquote, that each of the different characters had. Now that we define Rizz, I can kind of explain how we're gonna decide who is the Rizziest Avatar character. What we're gonna do is first we're gonna look at the type of Rizz / mating style of each of these different characters and their different characteristics that they have as a man, as a character. Then we're gonna give some pros and cons to each of those things for each of the characters. And then at the end, kind of compare each of the different characters to one another, almost as like a tournament style, except there's no bracket, like a Final Four off rip. And the characters that we're gonna be looking at is Jet, Aang, Sokka, and Zuko. Since this is gonna be a little bit longer of a video than normal, I decided to post this whole video as one thing, right? Where it's all 4 of them compared against each other. And then I also decided I could make it almost like ranking the Avatar Rizz series. Independent video of Jet's Rizz, then Aang's Rizz, Sokka's Rizz, and Zuko. So that if you don't want to sit through and watch this entire video, which I really hope that y'all do, but if you don't want to do that, then you could just go to each individual character that you so choose. Starting off with our first character, guys, we have the Avatar himself, Mr. Aang. Aang kind of has that nice guy Rizz, you know what I'm saying? Like he kind of got that naive Rizz going for him. Some pros, I think that, you know, he's one of the only characters that escapes the friend zone, right? That's almost impossible, in my opinion, in real life. Girls don't just sit there and decide like, you know what? I considered him a friend this entire time, but you know what? I think I'm gonna switch up my entire opinion of you now and look at you in this type of way. Like, that usually doesn't happen. If that does happen, it's very rare, and there's usually like a certain strange circumstance that caused that to happen, or she's trying to get another dude jealous or something like that. It's usually not something that just naturally happens. But we see our boy Aang escapes the friend zone. Aang is also the only character of the 4 that we're gonna look at that starts off with no game. Like, he's kind of trash in the beginning. But our boy like kind of learns on the fly. He kind of picks one girl to lock into. Katara is his choice. And as we all know, in the end, he eventually ends up getting the girl. He's one of those long game guys, you know what I'm saying? Problem with the long game is sometimes if you lock in on one specific girl that you like and she doesn't reciprocate, or you can't escape the friend zone, then you're blocking all your other blessings with, you know, maybe another girl that you might have been more compatible with. Luckily for him, it ended up working out, but that's a drawback of his style. He kisses her multiple times throughout the series. You kind of see in the beginning like they have this friendship and Katara kind of little bros him, but over time he's able to like eventually work into developing more as a character, get a little bit more mature. I kind of touched on a few of these topics, but going into some cons for Aang. Physically, he's a bit short. He's young. He's only 12. He's the youngest one of the group. And obviously with you know, his age comes some immaturity. And like I said before, he just starts off at the beginning of the series with absolutely no game whatsoever. He does not know how to talk to Katara and convey his feelings for her. Another con for Aang is we just don't see him with a lot of other girls. Like, the only other girl in the series that gives Aang the time of day and that type of attention like that is kind of one of the little girls on the Kyoshi Island and her friends. What's funny about that is Katara ends up actually getting jealous jealous over him getting the attention from these other girls. And that was kind of one of the earliest swinging points where Katara started kind of to switch away from looking at him as a friend and more in that more romantic fashion. Another pro that Aang got going for him is he kind of has that avatar status, you know what I'm saying? Like, he is this super powerful bender, and you don't see it in the beginning as much, like I said, because he's immature. He's kind of just being a 12-year-old boy, doesn't really understand the magnitude of his responsibility as much as he does and like owns up to it later on in the series. So Katara kind of sees that later on in the series. She's like, oh my god, this dude's kind of tough. He's strong, you know what I mean? He got the whole avatar swag, I saved the world thing going for him, so that definitely helps. But I would also say that's probably a con, because how much of that is actually natural Rizz, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's more just, that's kind of like the NBA player effect, you know what I mean? NBA players get a lot of girls, but how many of them actually have game and know how to talk to girls? A lot of it is just they have money and status, and that is kind of carries them all the way. Up for debate, but that's just my opinion. That's what I think of Aang. We're gonna take a look at some avatar clips. That brother was starving. Look how he's looking at her. That brother was starving. Oh my goodness gracious. You know what you're trying to do. Ah.
It was a crazy idea.
Recover, bro. Recover, bro.
Us kissing.
See, she just threw you the lob.
Can you imagine that?
Look at how he's looking at.
Yeah. I definitely would want to kiss you.
Oh my god. No, bro, he fumbled so hard. You see what I'm saying? In the beginning, he just didn't have it. He couldn't put it together.
What? I'm saying I would rather kiss you than die. That's a compliment.
Oh. Then they end up stepping to each other. Oh, the hand grab. The hand grab was crazy. And then they end up kissing. Okay. You know what I mean? See? Started off bad. He ended up getting lucky because they needed to do it for survival this time. And that kind of, I guess, pivoted the whole... This was like the main break between his friend zone to like actually being in there. You know what I mean? In the Fire Nation, they're like getting ready to dance. Katara's like looking on. She's kind of feeling him. She's like checking him out. Then Aang comes. This is one of the most savage gangster things that Aang does. He's making all these excuses of why she don't want to dance. He just says, take my hand. She's like, oh, okay. They dance. Then Aang starts putting on for my city. I put on for my city. On for my city. Bruh. And then he hits her with the most savage line. Watch this. Everybody stops and is like looking at him. Watch.
Hey, everyone's watching. Don't worry about them. It's just you and me right now.
Ooh, she was feeling it. He said, it's just you and me right now. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. That's probably Aang's most Rizziest moment in the whole damn series. Okay, this one don't count for Aang as much. Yeah, I mean, because it didn't actually happen, but his brain still thought of it, so we're gonna count it towards his Rizz, alright? Check this out.
And I've realized some big things, Katara. What big things?
So he starts talking about big things that he's come to a realization of.
What really matters. Why I'm really doing this.
What really matters, who he's fighting
for.
for.
To save the world, but more than that, I'm doing it for the people I love. I'm doing it for you, Katara.
Nice.
What are you saying? I'm saying
she's trying to act surprised like she hasn't been feeling him for a little bit now. Then they kiss, and then she's feeling it. Okay, Aang. Then he wakes up, obviously. Then, obviously, you have the end of the series, kissing scene. You know, they both decide to be together and all that. Everyone knows that one. Aang's getting where he thinks he's getting ready to go fight the Fire Lord, and like Katara and Aang kind of give their like last little speech to each other, just in case it's the last time they see each other. How sweet.
What if I don't come back? Don't say that.
He's like, man, F all that, I'm kissing her. Bow, kisses her, nice. Confidence. She was kind of confused, but she still was feeling it. Then, I'm gonna go fight the Fire Lord. Yeah, there's like scenes throughout the series where like Aang like gives her like nice little gifts. He gets her necklace back from Zuko.
Aang, how'd you get that? Zuko asked me to be sure I got it to you. Oh, that's so sweet of Zuko. Did you give him a kiss for me when you see him?
That's super interesting. She said that. She said, she gave Aang a kiss there, but she said, would you give him a kiss for me when you see him? Because she was feeling him a little bit. So there was a couple times where Aang was kind of out of character, where he did like this whole like, I'm in my feelings emotional angsty thing. And like knowing Katara's like super emotional and she's going to try and like come help him for attention. It's not for attention, but it was for attention, if you know what I mean.
Sometimes it hurts more to hope, and it hurts more to care. But you have to promise me that you won't stop caring.
Oh yeah, this was interesting because she was saying that I hope you have to promise me you won't stop caring, and she tries to hug him.
Thank you for your concern, Katara.
And he savagely is like, yo, thank you for your concern, but don't talk to me right now. But I thought that was interesting because she comes up to him and she was talking about herself in that instance. Like, you need to promise me you won't stop caring about things, like, because I love you. And he was just so upset over losing Appa, he just wasn't hearing it. That was savage. All right, moving on. They name it Hope. Aang sees it. It looks like Katara.
I thought I was trying to be strong, but really
Has this emotionally vulnerable moment with her.
seeing this
She likes stuff like that.
so full of happiness and love. It's reminded me how I feel about Appa. And how I feel about you.
Smooth, brother. She starts crying. She's like, oh my god, he cares about me. They hug it out. And yeah, there's like little moments throughout, obviously, where like Aang sees her. He's like attracted to her physically, which we know. Little gift giving, gives her the necklace.
All of you, or just your neck? I mean, both look
Aang
alike.
sees her again.
Smoochy, smoochy. Someone's in
Oh,
love.
this was tough. This was rough.
Well,
Bro gets friend zoned so hard.
teasing him, Sokka. Aang's just a good friend. A sweet little guy. Just like Momo. Thanks.
God damn, boy. Also, the palm reader was interesting scene
Tell me more.
where
I can see that he's a very powerful bender.
she goes to the palm reader and she ends up telling her that she's gonna be with a super powerful bender. Aang's like, nice.
Hey, Katara. I didn't see you.
But then he tries to be super weird and like
That's okay. I'm busy
act
with
out
my
of
own
character
stuff.
and act all nonchalant to try and get Katara to care, and she just doesn't care. Like, he tries to do the Zuko and the jet thing, but that's just not him, so it wasn't working for him.
My own stuff.
This is a shout out, yo, if this kid's watching this, bro, and you're trying to get your crush, always be yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not. That's not gonna work out for you. I was feeling her from the beginning,
Why are
bro.
you
Like,
smiling at me like that?
Oh, I was smiling?
see, he has this is the scene where Katara gets jealous because the girls are looking at him.
You know what I think? You just don't want to come because you're
And he actually calls her on it.
Oh, for what?
Have fun.
I will. Great. I know it's great.
Oh, I'm glad you know.
Then they start bickering like a married
Good,
couple.
fine.
The number one mistake nice guys like you make? Being too nice.
You can be too nice.
Yep.
See, Sokka tries to tell him that you can be too nice. He has the simp too nice thing going in the beginning, but he ends up shaking that on at the end, which is pretty impressive. This right here is a super interesting scene that I think speaks to kind of the exactly when the transition like really started happening, where Katara kind of came to the realization later on in the same episode where she gets her palm reading and the palm reader tells her that you're going to be with the super powerful bender. Sokka says something that she picks up on that kind of subliminally makes her have a realization. I think that's important because not only does he kind of have the Avatar Rizz start to work for in his favor, where she's like, oh wow, he's super powerful, like at the Avatar, he's super important, all this stuff, right? But she also has the realization that, oh, maybe the palm reader was talking about Aang, and maybe I have all these like pent up feelings about Aang, and I looked at him as a friend, but maybe I shouldn't. So that's this right here. Play it.
By the way. Huh? That water tribe girl. I can see why you like her so much.
Man, sometimes I forget what a powerful bender that kid is.
Aura.
I suppose he is.
Your arms are too far.
Interesting.
See,
See
if you
then.
move them closer together, you protect your center. You got it?
Then you start getting moments like this. Those are like the main moments that I think speak volumes to Aang's Rizz and his relationship with Katara throughout the series. Moving on to our second character, guys. We have none other than Bad Boy Jones himself, Jet. Jet's kind of smooth. Jet got the smooth Rizz going for him. You know what I'm saying? Aang was more of the nice guy, simp, kind of like Avatar aura thing. Nice guy, goody goody two shoes. And we're switching over a little bit to the other side of the spectrum. Jet's kind of got that aura, smooth Rizz thing going. Some pros for Jet. Our boy's kind of a bad boy. You know what I mean? He has like similar to kind of how Zuko. Later we're gonna touch on Zuko, but very similar style. He has clear leadership skills, right? Like we see him leading the freedom fighters. Dude's strong. He's got some skills with his blades. You know, he's also an orphan. Bro's kind of in the trees like Peter Pan. That's basically what Jet is. He's Peter Pan. And you know, he's also kind of able to pull Katara, right? We see he's kind of touchy with her, which is only creepy if she don't like you, I guess. She doesn't really react badly to him when he's all up on her and stuff like that. And you know, he pulls Katara from the get-go. As soon as she sees him, she's locked in and just like drooling over this dude. And Katara ain't too shabby. That was my first crush when I was a little kid. I used to have a crush on Katara. Like, obviously as a cartoon character, so that's a little weird as an adult. But yeah, when I was a little kid, that was like one of my first TV crushes. Her and the green girl from Kim Possible. I don't know what her name is, but... And so yeah, we're able to see Jet just has that kind of that natural aura and swag, like cool kid, bad boy thing going for him. Some cons for Jet, similar to how we are with Aang, we really only see him with one girl. Now, the difference I will say between him and Aang is Aang has way more screen time in the series than Jet. So the chances of Aang having been able to make advances on another girl is like way higher than Jet. I feel like that's something we have to acknowledge. Aang kind of locks in on one girl that he likes and kind of is in on her for the entire series, whereas Jet, he didn't really lock in on Katara. She was just feeling him, and that's really the only girl that we're able to see him with, just because he has limited screen time. He's a side character, you know what I mean? And Jet also kind of allows revenge and power to ruin his Rizz. Although he does get to redeem himself with Katara, him trying to exact revenge on the Fire Nation kind of clouds any type of chance that he had with Katara. He puts Sokka in danger by kind of kidnapping Sokka and preventing him from stopping them from blowing up the dam and flooding the village. So yeah, he kind of ruined it for himself. But all in all, in the beginning, pretty good Rizz. There's just not a ton of scenes with Jet, but I mean, like I said, he had Katara in a chokehold. Like, check this out.
Why? What's this do?
He hit her with the hey, she said hi.
I'll get up on my own.
Hooks up Sokka with the crazy. Aang's like, nah, I'm straight, gang, I'm good.
Grab hold of me, Katara.
Then grab hold of me, Katara. Why couldn't he just give it to Sokka? Give it to her like how Sokka gave it to her. He wanted to have her all up on him. Smooth. Jet had the smooth game. Look at her blushing, looking up like, wow. Chokehold, bro, I'm telling you.
One day, we'll drive the Fire Nation out of here for good and free that town.
That's so brave.
Yeah, nothing's braver than a guy in a treehouse.
Sokka came in as a hater, but
My brother.
she was
problem.
like,
You
how
probably had a rough
brave? She
day.
was all locked in.
So you want
Right here, this is after he was like trying to help them
need you guys to help me.
get all the water so they could
I've
flood
never
the village.
used bending on water I can't see. I don't know.
Katara, you can do this.
Man, another Jet moment. This is his return after he already betrayed her.
Katara?
Betrayed her trust. Obviously, she wasn't feeling him like that no
I
more.
think I can help you.
But she still blushes when she sees him. She still blushed when she saw him.
Tell it to some other girl, Jet.
Tell it to some other girl, Jet. Crazy.
You need to find a way to jog his real memories.
Maybe Katara could kiss him. That should bring something back.
Maybe you should kiss him, Sokka.
Yo, Sokka was a
Hey,
grade A
just an
hater, bro.
idea.
She didn't say she didn't want to do it, though. He gets killed here. Right, critical injury, gets killed.
I'm sorry.
Everybody rushes up on him. Katara, everyone rushes to his side. Katara's like, yo, let me rub up on this dude's chest real quick. Trying to save him. Gives it a little smirk. She's like, oh, I'm gonna cry. And then obviously he dies. And she's all sad and like looking at the ground like, my first boyfriend died. Moving on to our third character. I don't know why I was just holding up 4 fingers, but we're moving on to our third character. We have Prince Zuko. Now, Zuko is a super complex and interesting character. Zuko kind of has a combination of some of the things that we talked about with Jet and some of the things that we talked about with Aang and some of the things we're going to talk about with Sokka. Zuko kind of has the I can fix him Rizz, right? Like, or kind of like the asshole guy. I don't know, like usually maybe it's a football player, like a street dude or something like that. Yeah, he kind of has that going for him. He's like the I can fix him Rizz. He's the banished prince. So like on one end of the spectrum, he's a prince of like the most powerful nation in the world, right? But then also he's banished, so it's kind of like tarnished reputation. Kind of interesting dichotomy that you have there. Similar to Jet, same thing. Has like the bad boy effect going for him. Super complicated in his mind, conflicted on doing the right thing versus doing the wrong thing. Super emotionally damaged, has a lot of childhood trauma. You getting where I'm going? I guess another pro for Zuko, he's a little older. He's one of the older characters in the series. So he kind of has that mature, more serious effect about him when you compare that to some of the other characters. Like I would even say Jet is like a little bit immature in his thinking and just how he operates as a character. So I could see maybe how that might be appealing to some of the female characters. Like early on in his childhood, he kind of had May that liked him. Like there's this one clip where Azula's there and you kind of see May and some other random childhood friend that they had, and when Zuko walks by, May blushes. So you could see early on, like he kind of had the Rizz going for him early on. It was kind of natural. He didn't really know anything about trying to approach girls or have a girlfriend or any of that. They were kids, like super young kids. But, you know, she was flattered by him. You could see her blushing and she was interested. I think that's something important to note. Like he had it going on early. We also see in Zuko's time in the Earth Kingdom that he's able to go on a date with this Earth Kingdom girl. And, you know, Zuko kind of is so stuck in his angry ways and everything that he's not able to identify that the girl is coming around so much because she's interested in him and wants to take him out on a date. And he goes up to Iroh and is like, yo, I think this girl in here knows that we're Fire Nation. She's been coming around here a lot. Like, maybe she's spying on us. And Iroh's kind of like, yo, what are you talking about, bro? She's just trying to get up on you. And he actually is able to go on the date. And, you know, he kind of puts out the fire and has this whole thing going for him. And he is able to enjoy the date, kisses her, but he thinks of May and has all this other conflicted stuff going in his head. But he still is able to, you know, have the girl approach him, be interested in him without putting in any effort again. We also see that he's almost able to pull Katara, right? They're in the cave. They have this whole moment where Zuko and Katara are about to literally kiss almost, and then Aang busts through the wall and ruins the moment and gives him the craziest stare down glare of all time. Like, bro, I know for a fact he was not just about to get up on my girl like that. That's two girls that he was able to get with no effort. Katara's like kind of interested in him because he has, like I said, the I can fix him Rizz, and Katara's super in tap with her emotions, and she's sensing the emotional conflict and turmoil in him, and she's kind of like drawn to that. There you go. That's like three characters, woman characters that Zuko was kind of able to attract to him in some type of fashion without any type of major effort or intention. I think that's like pretty high score for some Rizz right there. Obviously, May is the huge like main romantic interest of Zuko throughout the entire series, and we see as early on that she was interested in him. Later on, they actually end up dating. When they're on the beach, we see Zuko kind of take off his shirt, and all the beach girls are super interested in him, but he's not really paying her no mind. He's just doing his thing. Then he's trying his best on the beach to kind of get May to be happy, and he just can't seem to do it because that's just not who she is. We also see them later when they go to the beach party that May gets kind of jealous of Zuko, and she covers his eyes when the twin old ladies like take off their clothes to go to the beach. So I thought that was really funny. As far as some cons for Zuko is a certified crash out. I'll just say that right now. Like, bro is ready to crash out over anything, and his anger issues are just way too much, and it ruins a lot, if not all, of the opportunities that he has with women in the series. With May, they're constantly bickering and getting into arguments about just anything really, because Zuko wants her to show emotion and she's just not into showing emotion. Zuko ends up choosing later on down the line to put his mission and his goal to help Aang defeat the Fire Lord over her, writes her a little note and dips. Then he has to face her when she comes to the jail. He also gets really angry at the beach party when he sees another dude over talking to May, even though she probably was not interested at all. He ends up crashing out and destroying the host vase. Like, he punches the dude into the vase, and then they get in a screaming match, him and May, and she ends up breaking up with him. It's just super toxic. They have like the classic I can fix him toxic relationship. All in all, pretty good Rizz for Zuko, like pretty natural Rizz, but certified crash out, ruins it in the end for him always. He basically says that he has something in common with her, and the Fire Nation like harmed him and took his mom too. This is the feel bad for me Rizz.
The mark of the banished prince, cursed to chase the avatar forever.
I'm so angsty and complicated. Fix me. I have healing abilities. Let me touch your face.
This is water from the spirit oasis.
She gets all up on him. They have this long moment where she's touching his face. I don't know. She was kind of feeling him for a second there. And then Aang busts through the wall and is like... Obviously this ain't real, but man. Be crazy.
So this is your girlfriend. No wonder she left. She's way too pretty for you.
That's like the Cardi B effect with Offset or something. Like, I thought you changed. I did. Like, she was expecting like a certain thing, and he just went back to doing the exact same thing that he's been doing and probably will keep doing. I thought that was funny.
This isn't fair. Everyone else seems to trust me now. What is it with you?
Oh, everyone trusts you now? I was the first person to trust you, remember?
Your sister.
She's hurt. He cheated, and she's hurt now. She's never gonna feel the same way.
First one's here, huh? He thinks he's so great. Well, what do you think of him?
I don't have any opinion about him. I hardly know him.
You like him, don't you?
Bruh, yo, they had the most toxic relationship, bro. I'm telling y'all, Zuko was a certified crash out, bro. He was baiting her to like say something about him so he could be mad and just assume that he liked her anyways. Like, bro was showing a little signs of insecurity right here and just angst and anger, bro. I'm telling y'all, crash out. That's the dude he ends up punching at the end, I think, because some dude was like talking to her or something. Let me see. Yeah, so again, Zuko trying to be a good boyfriend, go get her a snack.
So, find me some food.
She says she's hungry, wants him to find her some food. He's like, bet. Goes to get her some egg rolls or something.
Hey, watch it!
He's already pissed because the
That
dude
was
knocked
my
over his
cranky
food.
girlfriend.
He's like, your girlfriend? Who's this? He's like, hell nah.
What are you doing? Stop talking to my girlfriend.
Oh my god.
It's just a party.
Hit him with the 1-inch punch. Oh my goodness. Huh.
What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Your temper's out of control. You blow up over every little thing. You're so impatient and hot-headed and angry.
Well, at least I feel something. As opposed to you. You have no passion for anything.
It's over, Zuko. We're done.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, bro. Certified crash out. This dude is a certified crash out if I ever seen one. Textbook definition textbook crash out. Now, this goes against his game,
What
right?
do you like to do for fun?
Nothing.
Bro says he doesn't like to do anything for fun.
You and your girlfriend care for dessert?
She is not my girlfriend.
No.
I have quite an appetite for a girl.
Thanks.
God, she's like, alright. She's carrying the whole conversation. Then bro tries to do the juggling thing. Makes a fool of himself.
One of my favorite places in the city.
Then she wants to take him to their favorite place in the city. Watch this.
I can't believe it. They aren't lit.
They get there and nothing's lit. This is fire. This is savage.
Close your eyes and don't peek.
He risked getting caught and getting banished and murdered in his home country just so the girl that he took out on a date could get some lights. That's some savage.
Now you can look.
Oh, wow.
She's, oh, wow. This is primetime kisser moment right here. Fixes her hair, hand grab.
I brought you something.
No!
It's a coupon for a
Oh my
favorite tea.
god. Bro, maybe Zuko didn't have Rizz, bro. This is bad. I don't know if he, like, was stalling because he didn't want to cheat on May or something, or, like, if he actually had no Rizz. She's like, alright, now enough with all that. She has some Rizz. I have a surprise for you. Close your eyes.
What's wrong?
It's complicated.
Yeah, it was because of May. Cover your eyes moment I was talking about.
Time to hit the beach.
Here, this is for you.
Why would I want that?
I saw it and I thought it was pretty. Don't girls like stuff like this?
Maybe stupid girls.
See, bro has Rizz but no Rizz at the same time. It's hard to explain. They just got in a huge argument before this.
I know one thing I care about. I care about you.
Bro, Zuko has so much Rizz with May, bro. He gets her to sacrifice her own life potentially to save the Avatar gang and let Zuko get away. Savage. Now, time for our fourth and final character. We got my boy Sokka, the Rizzler himself. Absolute Rizz. I mentioned his Rizz a couple times in some other videos that I've done, but now we're gonna do, you know, a little bit of a deep dive into why Sokka has so much Rizz, how he goes about doing things. So, as I said, Sokka kind of got the easy sniper Rizz, like easy money sniper. You know how they call Kevin Durant easy money sniper? That's Sokka. Some pros, he's funny. A lot of girls like funny dudes. That's just how it's always been. He's smart. He has leadership qualities. He's the kind of the leader of Team Avatar. He's the brains behind everything. A lot of times, like, some of the girls don't even get to see that side of him, like those different characteristics. And they kind of just go off of his look, I guess, or his aura, or his vibe, whatever you want to call it. But he does also have those things going for him as well. He just seems to be able to capture the heart of like almost every single girl in the entire series that he comes in contact with. I don't know why. I don't know why they wrote that into the show, but hey, man, Rizz is Rizz. Yeah, we kind of see him with the poetry slam girls in the beginning. Like, bro has so much Rizz, he was pulling side characters. They're just extras. Like, and it was an extra episode, and they still had to write in there and make sure that he could get some action. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out my Sokka.
M's not even on the list.
Eminem? Who else was on the list? Gucci, who? Gucci man? Was on the list. Eminem went on it? Shout out my nigga Gucci.
Then, of course, the very first girl that we majorly see Sokka display his game is with Princess Yue. They pull up to the Northern Water Tribe, and he makes conversation with the princess. He makes her laugh, and he just slowly but surely kind of ends up dragging her in. Sokka's a savage, too, because when they're talking, he ends up realizing that she's engaged, and bro just doesn't care. He's like, oh, you're engaged? Oh, you know what you need to get your mind off of that? Spending more time with me. Come get on ATLA. I'm gonna take you up in the sky. We could cruise around. They end up kissing. It's like, bro, what? Bro's a certified savage. Zuko a certified crash out. Sokka's a certified savage. What a beast. So of course, obviously it doesn't end up necessarily working out in the end because she ends up walking away from him, but he still gets to kiss her multiple times. And when she's given her life in the end, she still gives Sokka a kiss and tells him that she's always gonna be there for him no matter what. Like, that is just the ultimate Rizz. Bro Rizzed the Moon Spirit Northern Water Tribe princess. Crazy. Then we see kind of like one that a lot of people probably forget with Sokka is Ty Lee. There's all these random moments throughout the series where Ty Lee just talks about how cute Sokka is. And these are some heavy hitters. I mean, Yue, Ty Lee, Suki. I mean, again, cartoon characters, but when I was a kid, I was like, Avatar is all right with me. I was like, Avatar is all right with me.
What do you mean by that?
Then yeah, kind of we see him again with Toph. Similar to Ty Lee, there's all these random moments throughout the series where Toph kind of expresses how she has interest in Sokka. I think it's important to note, like I said, Toph's not even that type of character that's super emotional or likes to express herself in any type of fashion and let people in. So the fact that she was willing to do that for Sokka, like even amongst and around people, speaks volumes to how much she was feeling. And then finally, Sokka's biggest romantic interest in the series, similar to Zuko with Mei, is with Suki. And there's just countless moments with Suki and Sokka throughout the entire series. There's the time in the prison. Sokka like comes into her cell and they kiss. Then there's the time where Sokka kind of humbles himself and goes to her and he kisses her for the first time when they're on Kyoshi Island and they're fighting. Then there's also the time where Sokka and Suki in the tent. Obviously they end up being together, so it's kind of self-explanatory with his Rizz with Suki. We also see him at the Earth Kingdom, like when they're getting ready to travel through the Serpent's Pass, and they kind of have this moment where she comments on his muscles when they first see him, and then later on, right before they end up parting ways, where she goes back to the Kyoshi Warriors and the Avatar gang advances on, they kind of share another kiss, and Sokka kind of has this savage moment where he's like, you know what I mean? Like, you talking too much, like, let's just get back to kissing. A lot of pros for Sokka. The bro's the Avatar Rizzler for a reason. Really, the only con I can think of for Sokka's Rizz, he succumbs to the eternal bachelor lifestyle. In Korra, he ends up with no wife and no family. That's really all I can say. That's not even canon in Avatar. Like, we assume that he ends up with Suki and they get married or whatever throughout the rest of that series. But as I said, later in Korra, we find out that he doesn't have a family and no wife. And so I don't know if you want to say that's Rizz, not Rizz, but overall, the dude has an impressive track record. Couple sound bites I wanted to go through for Sokka.
What do you want from me?
Nothing. I just want you to know I think you're beautiful. And I never thought a girl like you would even notice a guy like me.
Humbling.
You don't understand.
No. See, that's the thing. I think I do understand.
Showing emotional capacity to understand her.
I'll see you around, okay?
Walking away, acting like he didn't care.
Okay, now I'm really confused. Happy, but confused.
I do like you a lot, but we can't be together. I'm engaged.
She just made out with him and she's engaged, bro. This dude is the Rizzler, bro. Oh my goodness gracious. This makes her laugh. She's laughing.
This is wrong.
What's wrong? We're taking a walk.
I'm engaged. It just feels...
Cause it is wrong, bro.
You need to meet my good friend Appa.
Oh my god, bro. She just talks about how she's engaged and how she feels wrong. And he's like, let me show you the most romantic, savage thing that I can possibly show you, bro. This dude right here makes her laugh again.
So how does this work?
You hanging on tight?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe you
Blushing.
do this every day.
He said,
we pretty much
yeah,
like that,
type shit. Oh, scoots and gets close to him. She's looking at him with a
It's
blush.
beautiful up here.
Yeah.
Bro, this dude's a monster. Then after she gonna give him the cold shoulder and act like she wasn't feeling him.
I made a mistake. I shouldn't
No
have
shit.
asked you to come here.
She was so angsty, like, bro,
No, Sokka,
you knew
wait.
exactly what you were
I
doing, bro.
can't see you anymore. Not at all.
What? We're just friends.
I wish we could just be friends,
Yeah,
but
I'm
I
friends.
like you too much, and it's too
You know we ain't no
confusing to be
motherfucking
around.
friends.
I'm marrying someone else.
You don't love him, do you?
Of course she don't love
You don't
him.
even seem to
She's
like
still
him.
engaged, though.
Goodbye.
Ah, God, she was just so emotional. Then bro tried to hit her with the, I feel bad for me. Like, yo, you got one more choice. Alright. Oh my. Then she sacrifices her life at the end.
You don't have to do
But
that.
bro still gets a kiss, though.
She's the Avatar.
Yeah, there's a couple of
And friends.
Ty Lee moments in here.
Hey.
Was it just me? Or was that guy kind of cute?
Cutie.
I'm kind of involved with Suki.
It's like we're dancing together.
This scene's important because it shows how much Toph trusts him.
Where's the closest airship?
He didn't even get to finish his sentence. He pointed, she said, yo, we out. She can't see anything. She has full trust and confidence in him. Out of pocket Suki comment.
No, it's Suki.
Suki, we'll all understand if you break up with him over this.
Why are you talking about breaking up with him?
Suki, are you okay? You have to be more careful. Come on.
Thanks for saving my life, Toph. Hey, no problem, Sokka.
It's like a love triangle. Sokka's interested in Suki, Suki's interested in Sokka, Toph's interested in Sokka, but Sokka's not interested in Toph.
Sokka's coming. We missed you so
hug.
much.
What's their deal?
I don't know. They missed you or something. I didn't care.
She cared, bruh. She was blushing. Kyoshi Island's getting attacked. Sokka saves Suki.
I'm sorry.
For what?
I treated you like a girl when I should have treated you like a warrior.
I am a warrior. But I'm a girl, too.
Nice.
I've seen your type before. Probably sarcastic, think you're hilarious, and let me guess, you're traveling with the Avatar.
Do I know you?
She knows everything about
You mean
him.
you don't remember? Maybe you remember this.
Pays attention to him. Another kiss. They were working up to it. That's 2 cheek kisses he got before he got the real deal.
And look
So
at you, sleeveless guy. Been working out?
I'll grab a tree branch and do a few chin touches. every
comments
now
on
and
his
then.
physical
Nothing
physique.
major.
Oh, this is probably one of the most interesting moments with Sokka. Like, I'll just let it play first.
It's a beautiful moon.
Yeah, it really is.
So obviously Yue is the
I
moon
know you're
spirit,
just
his
trying to
first
help,
girl.
but I can
Then why are you acting so overprotective?
It's so hard to lose someone you care about. Something happened at the North Pole and I couldn't protect someone. I don't want anything like that.
Lost Yue, his first love.
Who is this guy?
He was pissed and jealous, but she was feeling him after only seeing him for a couple days.
Is he better looking?
It is, you stupid.
Oh.
Bro, has someone's wrist. Look, her eyes twinkling.
I can't.
He didn't want to kiss her in front of the moon, in front of his first girl. He still had feelings. He got over that real quick, though. Watch this.
Listen, I'm really
Blushing.
sorry about last night. We were talking and saying things. I just got carried away, and before I knew it,
Gangsta!
You talk too much.
Gangsta, bro. What? Come on.
Oops. Wrong tent.
That ain't the wrong 10. You know exactly where he was going. Bro had the candles set out and everything. Oh my goodness. Then he kicked Zuko out.
Goodbye.
Like, hey, let's get it cracking.
Suki.
Now that I've kind of gone into depth with each of the different characters and their pros and cons in terms of their game, their Rizz, whatever you want to call it, I think it's time we come up with our final list from 4 to the number 1 spot in terms of who has the most Rizz in Avatar. At the number 4 spot, we're gonna have to put my boy Jet. Although Jet did have Katara from the moment she saw him, like wrapped around his finger, I just don't think that we have enough evidence for Jet. And in the end, he did allow rage and revenge to ruin the situation. And like I said, we just don't see him with enough girls in the show to really have a full opinion and get the full picture of how he is. Maybe he just was that way with Katara, but if he was with another girl, maybe she might not feel as strongly about him. Who knows? We're gonna have to drop Jet at the 4th spot. Coming in at number 3, we got my boy Aang. We are actually able to see him with, you know, the other Kyoshi Island girls that are his age, and they were feeling him. Also, he puts in a lot of effort long term. He's able to start a family with Katara. They get married. They share a bunch of kisses throughout the series, and he's able to save the world. I gotta give it to my boy Aang in the 3rd spot. Like, even though he kind of has the simp nice guy thing going for him in terms of Rizz in the very beginning, he turns it around and kind of like really locks in and has some good moments throughout the rest of the series. So we're gonna have to give the number 3 spot to Aang. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we got my boy Zuko. Similar to Aang, he kind of has the prince thing going for him. So like, who knows if that's a boost for his Rizz or it's not. Although he has the I can fix him Rizz thing going, and he kind of has this whole anger crash out thing, I think that he has shown enough with enough different woman characters to take that number 2 spot. Finally, as most of you probably imagine, I gotta put Sokka at number 1. He just had too many heavy hitters, too many moments, too many different pros about his character to not put him at the number 1 spot. With that being said, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you guys agree with my rankings for who has the most Rizz in Avatar? Who's the Rizziest from 4th all the way to the number 1 spot? Please let me know down below in the comments whether there was another character that you wish that I would have added into this ranking. Is there a character you think I shouldn't have included at all? And also let me know if there's an anime or some type of media or show or anything else that I either haven't covered on the channel or that I have and you want to hear more about. But as always, thank you so much for the love and support. Please drop a subscription. We're trying to get to 5K before the end of the year. 1K, guys. Let's keep this thing rolling. Thank you so much. J2A TV out of here. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Too many times I feel like I'm out of love. Is you really rocking with me or is you a dub? I ain't playing with you, don't you treat me like a scrub. You could be my queen, is you with it or not?